Sorry.
Hello, SMM5 here, and it is that time of the month again. Today we'll be ranking and reviewing the SMG4 videos of July 2024. And this time around in particular, I have a lot of thoughts. I hope you all enjoy.
Here we go.
This video is the conclusion to SMG4's Meme Factory mini-arc, where Mr. Puzzles invades the meme factory and tries to unlock the secrets of SMG4's comedy zone. So, what do I think of this controversial finale? Well, do you remember a month ago when I R&R'd the SMG4 videos of June, and I gave the Meme Factory an 8 out of 10? Well, this was a good SMG4 video and I can't wait for what's yet to come. It's an 8 out of 10? Yet? Well, now it's a 6 at most, because I was really hoping the finale of this mini-arc would do something with the awful characterization of SMG4 in that video, but we'll get into that later. I first want to focus on the positives of this video before I explain why it fell flat. For starters, I liked Mr. Puzzles and Leggy's dynamic a lot. If there's one thing this mini-arc did well, it was humanizing Mr. Puzzles and making him a character worth rooting for, even when he's technically supposed to be the antagonist of this arc. By placing us in his reference frame while humanizing him, it makes us almost forget how bad of a guy he is. This is why I honestly felt a little bad for him in the ending when he lost Leggy, because he'd essentially just lost the only friend he ever had. I also think that if this weren't a finale to a mini-arc, this video is actually pretty good on its own. The best example of this is the ending, which I'll explain why it's lackluster in a moment, but the way Mr. Puzzles exited was really funny on its own. And I really liked the boss rush style this video had, and the jokes are really funny. And now for everyone's favorite part of the video, the negatives. The main reason this finale, and by proxy this mini-arc as a whole, fell flat was because of the ending was super rushed. Right when Mr. Puzzles had control over the comedy zone, he immediately gets taken out by SMG4 dropping an elevator on him as he's talking. I wish I were making this up. And to make matters worse, SMG4's terrible behavior during this arc is never addressed. Like I explained in my short, SMG4 was very cruel and heartless in the Meme Factory video, and as also seen in Meme Hunters, he really didn't seem to care about anything or anyone aside from his own success. I thought for sure that Mr. Puzzles, who had a very similar kind of characterization in the show Saga, was going to serve as a dark reflection for SMG4. Putting him through a personal crisis that would lead to more character development that would justify how he was characterized in this arc. Instead, everyone just forgets about it and he gets off scot-free. Between this and how Meggy and Tari were treated in the Western arc, I'm starting to think SMG4 needs to brush up on their character developing skills and not keep missing opportunities like this. Because all the pieces were in place for SMG4 to develop further as a character, but the ending just dropped the ball. Overall, this was a good episode, but a terrible finale. I think it would have been better for SMG4 to use this episode to set up an upcoming meme games, as this would have been the perfect opportunity to bring that back, considering that video did really well and Mario said he might bring it back. Sure, that wouldn't have made for a lot of time to develop SMG4's personal crisis, but that would have been better than what was done instead. This episode is a 6 out of 10. In this video, SMG4 and SMG3 buy cursed items on the internet to get for their friends on Christmas. This was a good video, and definitely the breath of fresh air we needed after how badly the Meme Factory arc had failed. I always find these kinds of videos, where the characters are pretty much just talking to each other on a topic and making jokes throughout the video, to be very endearing. I find the jokes to be very funny and there's a lot of room for the editors to add small details that are found by the audience to be funny and endearing. Though I do have to ask, why are these not released on Wednesday on the SMG4 crew playlist? These feel more like Wednesday videos than Saturday videos and it makes me feel like I'm missing out on a new adventure, like an episode where Melanie is writing a manga story, or Meggy is coaching someone, or literally anything is being done with the numerous of other characters they have and aren't using for whatever reason. But other than that small gripe, I like this video a lot. It's an 8 out of 10. In this video, Mr. Puzzles gets trapped in his own head with Leggy, and goes on an adventure to steal the moon. I really loved this video, and it's my favorite out of the recent mini-arc. Which, granted, means very little seeing how poorly the rest of it has aged, but this one is the exception. I love that this episode has Mr. Puzzles form a legitimate bond with Leggy. It does a good job humanizing him and making him someone I could actually root for. We saw in the Creative Control song that Puzzles never had any friends growing up, so this is some really good character building for him. I also love that this starts out as a parody of Despicable Me, but it also ends up being a parody of Star Wars. I was not expecting that. And just like every other Puzzle Vision episode there's ever been, this video was so creative and full of life that I can't help but love it. Overall, this was a very good video. It's an 8.5 out of 10. And coming in first place, we have the most recent on this rank and review, Mario Gets Stuck as a GIF. In this video, Mario and SMG4 find a remote that causes Mario to emote, and things get out of control once SMG4 loses it. This was a really good video, and I enjoyed it a lot. Upon first viewing, the only thing that majorly rubbed me the wrong way was SMG4 making Mario emote despite how unhappy it made Mario, though this was likely just me still being mad about the Meme Factory arc, which made him unlikable. Upon second viewing, I honestly have no major issues with the video. The plot was great. SMG4 finds out the remote is missing, so he and Mario have to find it. Mario has to deal with the effects of this happening until he's had enough. This leads to a confrontation with SMG3, and later the head of Nintendo. I love that SMG4 and SMG3 weren't afraid to face off against Miyamoto for the sake of helping Mario, considering everything that happened in the lawsuit arc. Guess it goes to show how far a friendship can go. I thought the jokes were really good too. Mario doing the emotes was really funny, and so were the situations in which this was done. It was great to see a lot of characters in SMG3's cafe. It really adds to the fact that this is a universe they've built. And the final battle against Miyamoto was good as well. Overall, this was a very good video. Not on the same level as Mario Steals the Constitution or SMG4 Kids, but still pretty great nonetheless. It's an 8.5 out of 10. Overall, this was a great month for videos, even though the obvious black sheep was how bad the ending to the Meme Factory arc was. The Meme Factory didn't even appear in the background and Mario becomes a GIF, so that just proves that whole arc was an afterthought. Other than that, the videos were great. Despicable Mr Puzzles was probably the only video in the Meme Factory arc that didn't age terribly. SMG4 and SMG3 by Cursed Items was a fun cooldown from the arc, and Mario Turns into a GIF was just a really good video overall. This month was really solid in my opinion. That's all for today. I hope you all enjoyed. Did you think this was a good month for videos? Or did the lousy ending to the Meme Factory arc just kill it for you? Be sure to let me know what you think below. This has been Super Meme Maker 5, and I will see you all next time.